Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video we are going to be drawing a mini Goku version. So let's get started. The first thing we are going to do is draw Goku's head. Starting on the top, we're just going to draw on the side, left to the right hand side, 2 short lines and then a V shape to connect the head. Starting on the left hand side, we are going to draw a line, short line down, and then we'll do the same thing on the right hand side, parallel. Another straight short line down, and then we'll connect it with the V shape here. And then once we have that connected, a V shape, we'll go ahead and draw 2 ears on the left and the right hand side. So we start on the left, we'll draw a little curve starting on the top, and then we're gonna wait to the bottom, connect down to the jaw lines, and do the same thing on the right hand side, another curve, and then add some details inside the ears. Little squiggly lines don't have to be perfect. And then once that is done, I'll go ahead and draw Goku's hair starting on the bottom, and then we're gonna work our way in and then out to the top. It's gonna start small, so it's gonna point outward, and then we're gonna go back in, and then it's gonna point outward, and it's gonna go back in, and then point outward. It's gonna get bigger as we get closer to the middle, and then back in, and then one more other line for some details, and then another line, and then back in, and then we're gonna stop in the middle here, and we're gonna make a little curve shape for his head. And then we'll continue the pattern, pointing outward and then back in, and then another line going out. It's gonna get smaller as we get back to his neck. A line back in, and then another line going out, and then back in, and one more small hairline here going outward from the neck, and then back in to connect. Okay, now I have Goku's hairline. I am going to put the rest of the details on his forehead for his bangs. So the same thing, we're going to repeat the same thing but on his head. So pointing outward, back in, line going out, back in, line going back out, back in, and then draw a little straight line for some details, and then repeat the process again. Line going out, curve back in, and another line going back out, and line back in. So now we have Goku's head and hair and ears done. We are going to draw next his eyebrows and his eyes. So we're going to draw 2 lines on the top for his eyebrows and some curved shape for his eyes. Starting on the left hand side, we're going to draw a line starting inward in the middle and pointing out, and then the same thing on the right hand side. We are going to draw a line from the inward and pointing out. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing under the eyes. Brow is going to draw a little curve shape on the top here, and then make a line going down, and then another short line to connect. Draw a straight line out. 2 little dots on the outer edge of the eyes, and then I'm going to draw a line underneath the eyes for some details, and then we'll draw a little nose, a little dot there, and then a little curved shape for the mouth. And once we have that done, we have Goku's face, and I'll go in later to color and details. Next thing we're gonna do is draw the neck. So we're gonna draw 2 straight line down and connect it in with a V shape. So we're gonna start the left and then the right, and then we're gonna make 2 lines parallel down. And next we are gonna draw 2 lines going out, slanting outward, and then back in. Do the same thing on the right hand side, and then connect it with a V shape. And then I'm gonna draw a little curve for his undershirt, and then collarbones for his chest in the middle. And once that is done, we are going to draw the rest of his upper body, starting on the left hand side, a line slant going out, and then a line, short line sideways, and then a line down, and then another diagonally, and then do the rinse. Repeat the same thing on the right hand side, and we'll connect it, a straight line in the middle, a little curve, and then we'll draw some little line details for his shirt. And once we have the details done, we are going to work on his shoulders next, on the left and the right hand side. Starting on the left hand side, we're just going to make a little curve out, a little bump, slant diagonally, line back in. Do the same thing on the right hand side, a little curve, a little bump, and then a line diagonally back in. Next thing we're going to do is going to draw some details for his arms. Starting on the left hand side, we are going to draw a curve, another little curve, and then another curve, and then we're going to go in, another curve in, and a straight line up, another curve for his biceps, for his muscles, and then I'm going to draw his little bands, wristbands, for some details, and then we're going to draw in his little fingers. So he's going to be posing almost like a Superman pose. And then we're going to do the same thing on the right hand side. We're going to start with a little curve, and then add another little curve, and then bent in, another curve, and then back in, and then a curve going straight line up, and then a curve starting on the top to connect the line in the middle, and then draw another line for some detail for muscles. And after that, we'll draw his little wristband, a little square shape with some details, and then add his little fingers in for some details. Okay, and next we are going to draw his belt. Starting on the left hand side, we're going to draw a short line down, going sideways, back up to the right hand side to connect it. And I'm going to draw some more lines for some details for his belt. Okay, and after that, we'll work on his legs next. Starting on the left hand side here, we're going to draw a line diagonally down under his fingers. We're going to draw a little curve, another little curve, another little curve, swooping back in with a V shape, and then draw some line going up, and then V shape under V shape down. Rinse, repeat the same thing again. Then do a little curve, another little curve, and then connect back up to the fingers on the right hand side, and then add some more detailed lines, and then make a little straight line up, and then some lines sideways on the left hand side, little curve here. You don't have to be perfect, just add some details. And then once I have that done, I'm going to draw the rest of his shoes on the left and the right hand side. Starting on the left, diagonally down on the outside, curve, back up, line, and then I'm going to draw his boots, another line out, line back in to connect, and then I'm going to draw a line, and then another line side by side to finish the details for his boots, and I'm going to draw a little bow for his shoes, strings. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the right hand side, what I did to the left. Curve out, curve in, and back up to connect. And then I draw two parallel lines on the top, two parallel lines on the bottom, and a little string for the bow. And that is my version of Mini Goku. I'm going ahead and outline him real quick and color him in. So stay tuned and you'll see the final product, what it looks like. Okay, so I'll go ahead and do this real quick. Alright, and now Goku is all colored in, and this is my version of Mini Goku. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to get more notifications when I release a new video. And comment down below if there is a character you would like me to draw next. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Until then, take care.